YouTube world, back at it once again. It's Instant Classic 8. No need to explain why I've been gone a long time. It's just wrestling's been pretty lackluster. Nothing to talk about. But I have a ton of stuff to talk about. I think the last video I did was Money in the Bank. That was back in July. So a lot of stuff I want to cover. A lot of things I want to talk about. Just kind of going over some quick things here. I didn't write anything down, so everything's just off the fly here. Really quick, not much to talk about when it comes to TNA. They got their new TV deal with Destination America, I think it's called. I think I get that channel. I think I saw that I got it. But that's pretty cool. It's cool they not going out of business, I guess. It still sucks that they're probably not going to make any money from this. Well, I should say, like, this TV deal doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to stay in business. It's kind of hard to, I don't know. Good that they're not completely wiped out immediately, but they're probably still going to have some hiccups, and we'll see what happens with them. Impact has actually been pretty good the past few months. Didn't really care for Bound for Glory. I thought that was just a random-ass show that they did, but the show itself, Impact, has been pretty good, especially the shows they did from New York. I really like those a lot. They're doing them again. Hopefully they're just as good. So, whatever, TNA. Ring of Honor, just watched their pay-per-view 2 nights ago. The not Bound for Glory, Final Battle. I enjoyed the show. A few things I had, here and there that I didn't like about it, but for the most part, I enjoyed the show. I told my friend when we were watching, normally I like seeing the Young Bucks in a really good match. I was like, I wouldn't be upset if this was just a straight up spot fest, and that's what it was, and it was pretty awesome. Jay Briscoe and Adam Cole killed themselves as usual. Didn't really get too much into the blading, but I mean, it is what it is. I thought they had a great match. Red Dragon, freaking loved them. It was a good show. The venue that we're at, Terminal 5, I thought looked good. The lighting could have been a little bit better. It came off a little low class, but I enjoyed it for what it was. Other than that, ROH is the only real show that I watched as far as like a pay-per-view was the All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend, which was awesome. I enjoyed it. That's been my favorite show this year, besides the ones they did with New Japan. But overall, ROH is decent. Nothing to complain about there. Haven't been watching too much of UFC. Just kind of been falling out of touch with it. I mean, I keep up with it, but just haven't watched too many shows. Way too many shows to keep up with, honestly, these days. But that's that. And then WWE. Where to start? So, last thing I talked about was Money in the Bank. Since then, we had SummerSlam, which I really enjoyed SummerSlam. Twitter.com/TheRealClassic. If you aren't following me, what are you doing? That's where all my stuff is at. If you want to see my thoughts on anything, that's where you go. But SummerSlam, I really enjoyed SummerSlam. I thought it was a lot of fun. Brie Bella and Stephanie McMahon, I thought was a fun match. I love the match. I think it was a lumberjack match with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Love that match. Cena and Lesnar was just a spectacle. That was crazy to see. Lesnar pretty much going there and squash Cena. So yeah, I really enjoyed SummerSlam. Lesnar is champion. I'm cool with. The show has been. Let me just say this: ever since SummerSlam, things have been pretty lame. Like, Raw is unwatchable. SmackDown is whatever. It's the same that it's been. But yeah, it's a horrible show. Monday Night Raw. I don't even know why I still watch this thing every week. But granted, they're coming up on Rumble time and Mania time, and I'll get excited again. But just this past 6 months have just been some of the worst shows ever. Yeah, it's been bad. Night of Champions was, don't remember it. Cena, Lesnar was cool. They've had Hell in a Cell, which I didn't really get too much into. Rollins and Ambrose had a decent match. They had Survivor Series last month, which I thought Survivor Series sucked outside of the main event. Main event was cool. Seeing Dolph Ziggler go through everybody. Sting coming back. It's whatever. We're probably gonna get Sting and Hunter at WrestleMania, which, I mean, it'll be a better match than if he were to wrestle Undertaker. I think the spectacle would have been better if it was against Undertaker, but that is what it is. What's happened else? Like I said, it's hard to keep up with this stuff, man. Paying attention to it. Network's still cool. I'm still enjoying it. They add little things little by little. I wish they did more of those ECW exposed shows. I've personally found a big liking to WWE Countdown. But yeah, I still enjoy Network for what it is. I mean, if I'm getting bored, just go in there and pop on the show. They're doing the rivalry show now, which I think is pretty cool. NXT is, for the most part, enjoyable. It's not the mark-out show that everyone goes crazy for every single week. Nah. But yeah, it's somewhat enjoyable. Of course, they're getting exclusive content, which brings me to the Steve Austin podcast with Vince McMahon. Now, this podcast was alright. I don't see what everyone went crazy over. It was very PC. But the big thing they talked about, of course, was CM Punk. And I've given my feelings on CM Punk a couple months ago, saying that I was, all pro CM Punk. Good for him getting out of business and everything. Of course, everyone listened to the podcast he did with Cabana, and yeah, he shed some light on some really, really interesting stuff, some scary stuff as well. And I really enjoyed it. Good to hear Punk's side and everything. Well, this is the only side that we've actually heard, but good to hear his side and, talked about why he left and everything. And hopefully some fans will get a little closure with him by doing this. Punk's definitely doesn't look like he's going to do wrestling anytime soon. Can't really see him ever coming back to WWE. Which brings me to him this past Saturday announcing that he's fighting for Ultimate Fighting Championships. A for effort. I commend CM Punk for trying this. A lot of people have been super negative on here. Oh, he said in the podcast, he said that he left the WWE because he was burnt out and beat up, and now he's going to fight in the UFC. Like, this has been almost a year since he's left, So he's had time to recover. He said he's felt the best he's felt in fucking years, which I think is cool. But yeah, I mean, if Punk wants to fight, I mean, hell, let him try it. Not saying he's gonna go out there and win the middleweight championship or anything, but it's always worth, let the guy try his dream, see what he likes to do, see if he can do it. I'm definitely excited, definitely looking forward to seeing that. Of course, with Austin podcast, Vince gives some half-ass apology. It's whatever with that, but definitely cool for Punk to get that out and be able to try a new avenue in his life for new things. Before I forget as well, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Holy shit, guys! I don't know if it was going on. I think it was going on at the time that I recorded Money in the Bank, but the G1 Climax, G1 24. The tournament that they did, holy shit, guys. Some of the best wrestling I've ever seen in my entire life. I paid $110 for like 11 shows, something like that, 9, 10, 11 shows. And oh my God, so worth it. I can't wait to go back and watch a lot of that stuff. They have the New Japan World, which is like their version of the network. I haven't sat down yet and tried to figure out how to order this thing because everything's in Japanese, but eventually I will learn how to order it. Which brings me to our New Japan is actually going to be on television. They're going to be on the channel that used to be the old HD net that we used to see Ring of Honor on. I think it's called Access Television now, Access TV. They're going to have a show starting sometime in January where it's going to show a bunch of stuff from 2013, 2014. I commend you if you have that channel, definitely watch that because some of the best wrestling you'll ever see in life. And it also brings me to July 4th, 2015, Wrestle Kingdom 9. It's actually going to be on pay-per-view. Holy shit, on pay-per-view. Not on internet pay-per-view. I mean, it's going to be on internet pay-per-view, but you can get your freaking remote and order a New Japan show. And not only that, you can actually understand what the commentators are saying. Now, granted, I love Japanese commentary. I think it's incredible. Of course, I don't know what the hell they're saying, but just their emotions, what they pour out into the match, you can really feel. You can feel it come across the street, and I really like that. For everyone that doesn't really care for Japanese commentary, wants something a little bit differently, you're gonna get Jim Ross. Holy crap, Jim Ross! Oh my goodness! So Jim Ross, of course, they're gonna have some other. I hope they get two more guys. I think a 3-man team will be good for this. But Jim Ross is gonna commentate Wrestle Kingdom 9, Wrestle Kingdom, which is New Japan's WrestleMania every year, the Tokyo Dome show they do. I can say I've actually seen a couple of them, but I've ordered the last two. Watched the last two live at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and by the time the show was over at like 7 a.m., I was pumped. And I expect fully the same thing with this show. Yeah, I cannot wait. January 4th. Hopefully all you guys check it out. Going back to WWE, they have TLC this weekend. Not looking too much forward to that. Rumble, of course, is coming up. Not really sure what they're going to do. I mean, obviously, if everyone just, if you put a gun in my head right now, I'm going to say Roman Reigns is going to end up winning. But who knows? They might throw some surprises in there. Maybe Daniel Bryan's coming back. A lot of people are saying that they're playing that injury up so that he can make a return. I don't know. Is anything else going on in WWE? I have no clue who the champions are. Miz Dow's cool. That's going to die out pretty soon, though. Still love the Usos. They should be tag team champions forever. Yeah, whatever. I don't know who the U.S. champion is. I don't know who the Intercontinental champion is. I think it's, is it Ziggler? Or Bray Wyatt. Not Bray Wyatt's not the freaking Intercontinental champion. It's Luke Harper. But Bray Wyatt, to me, the most irrelevant man in WWE. They're just sticking him in these feuds. He gets on the mic and does these promos, is not saying anything. Not a big fan of it. I think Bray's cool. His presentation is incredible. The substance sucks. Luke Harper going singles, think it's pretty cool. He's awesome. I was going to call him Zack Ryder. He might as well be Zack Ryder. Eric Rowan, whatever. But yeah, WWE is, hopefully they turn things around. WrestleMania is coming up. I am going to WrestleMania as of right now. I'm going to WrestleMania. Bought my ticket a couple weeks ago, so I need to get excited for the show. But yeah, that's my feelings on everything as far as WWE. I don't think I've missed something. I feel like I've missed something, but yeah. End of the year is coming up. It's been a pretty lackluster year for WWE. The first part of the year was insane, and it just kind of went downhill. TNA is where they're at. New Japan is pretty much the top dog. They've pretty much said that they want to be #1 organization in the world next year. That's WWE, TNA, ROH, UFC, Bellator, everything. We'll see what happens. So yeah, that was my thoughts on that. Oh, NXT. NXT is... they're going to have their show this week. I can't wait. Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville. Should be awesome. I love Tyson Kidd down there. Tyson Kidd is so awesome in NXT. Kevin Owens is debuting. Holy smokes. You've had Prince Devitt debut as Finn Balor. You've had Kenta Hideo Itami debut. Holy moly, where are these people coming from? This is incredible. You guys just watch these guys on the indies. It's insane. Like I said, the show isn't like the greatest, but it's definitely probably the most enjoyable wrestling show behind Impact. Holy moly. But yeah, those are my feelings on things. I will do more reviews. I finally got my stuff. I lost my phone. My computer dropped down. I have that. I have a new phone. We're good to go. So more reviews are coming, I promise. Hopefully you guys are still watching. Until then, I am Mr. Classic 8. Peace.